For those of you who are watching, please like, comment, and share. I am Apryl Moore, owner of FreshSteps Medical Foot and Nail Spa, and I have
Titilayo Bankole, the global manicurist, also the owner of Nail It Forward.
All right, so we are here because we thought it was important to just kind of share with everything that's been going on and all the advanced education, free education we've been able to get. We just thought it was important to come on and share why we seek advanced education and why it's the key to the success of any business. And so for those of you who are watching, those advanced nail technicians that have gotten advanced education, please join us and chime in. Send us some hearts. Let us know that you're listening. And if you have any questions, go ahead and type them in. Oh, I see them now. Okay. So Stephanie says she sees both. But and Kimberly's out there. Hey, Kimberly. So again, go ahead and share, like, and share. This is going to be information that is good for nail techs as well as your clients, the community, because it'll give them a better understanding as to why it's important to seek someone with advanced training when they're going to get services, especially if they have any type of compromised immune systems, or if they're into their health at all, why this will be important. So I'll go ahead and get started. Again, like I say, I'm Apryl Moore. I'm the owner of FreshSteps Medical Foot and Nail Spa. I'm also a medical nail tech, and I am oncology trained. Now, those are my two main certifications that I list, but I have a bunch of certificates and other things, and we'll get into that later. But my salon, I'm a private salon suite, a solo entrepreneur in a private suite, and I basically focus on natural nail care. So I only do manicures, and then the bulk of my business is in pedicures, and my services are waterless. And so I work with a lot of clients, diabetics. They have compromised immune systems of some sort, or oncology clients. And that's kind of the bulk of my business. So TT, tell us about your business.
Well, my business is I do a variety of several things. I focus on the health of the nail before adding an enhancement. And so I am NASP trained. I am, a master pedicurist through North American School of Podology. I'm also trained in oncology as well. That's how I met Apryl last year. I also have several other certificates known to man. Within the last 2 years, I have over 55 trainings under my belt. That's not including what I've done during this recess. I will not use that word that everyone is using. I say recess because I've been able to just gain a little bit more knowledge on the internet. That's not one of my strong points. I would rather be in close proximity with a trainer, face-to-face, hands-on, but for the most part, I'm well-versed.
Great. So you not only do just pedicures, you do enhancements as well. What enhancements do you do?
I do hard gels. Oh, I forgot to mention, I'm an educator for accents.
Oh,
yeah, I'm an educator. Definitely, I'm an educator. I obtained that 2 years ago, but for the most part, I am a master sculptorist. I do sculptured nails. I don't use tips. I use liquid and powder for those that are conducive to wearing liquid and powder. Of course, natural nails. I do gel polish. I do a lot of pedicures. I don't focus too much on people with compromised immunities, because I try to catch people before they cross over into that realm. But
Okay.
but I have come in contact with people that have compromised immune systems.
Immune systems.
So that was the reason why I sought out the training, so that I can be better prepared to take care of them.
Awesome, awesome. And I'm glad you mentioned that, because I forgot to mention that I'm an educator as well for SAFE, School of Advanced Foot Care Education, and I'm a certified OniFix educator. And OniFix is a toenail correction for ingrown, involuted, pincer nails. It's a non-invasive system. It's very, very new. It's very, very new to the United States. It's been in existence in Canada, but I am one of, I think now we have 12 educators in the United States for OniFix.
Right.
There's a question out there. Do either of you provide services for elderly? I do. I provide, but my services are limited to the elderly. It's mainly toenail service, toenail clippings, things like that, depending on their health condition, because depending on their health condition and how old they are, depends on where my scope of practice would end. So we're very careful with the elderly for the clients that I deal with. What about you, TT?
I do provide services for the elderly. The thing about providing services for the elderly, not too many people know that we even exist. Hence why we are having this live, because I don't want to peg myself as I provide services just specifically for elderly clients, but I do have the skill set to provide those services. So I do have a few elderly clients that I do go to their homes. I do go to their centers where they live. I think it's the assisted living place. I have clients that call me that, who their parents did not have any type of foot care whatsoever. And then they're in a space where, oh my God, she needs to get her feet done. Who are they going to call? And so I'm recommended on that vein.
Okay, great. So we'll get into it more. We have 3 areas that we want to cover when we talk about why we seek advanced education. And those areas are knowledge. We seek advanced education to get knowledge, for personal growth, and to properly care for our clients. And you'll see me looking over, because of course I had to take my notes so that we don't get off track. But let's get started with knowledge. Why do we seek advanced education? For knowledge. And one of the things, bullet points under that, is to know your products. Know the products that you are using, the ingredients in the products. When you're servicing clients, you need to know what you're using on them for their safety as well as your own, in case you have any allergies to anything. And sometimes you may develop allergies to something, and people sometimes, and you may have had this experience, people say, well, I'm allergic to acrylic. Well, acrylic is a mixture of 2 things. It's a mixture of powder and monomer. So to say you're allergic to acrylic really doesn't help us in really identifying what you are allergic to. So it's important for us that when we are using products and we are working on a variety of different clients, that it's important that we know the products that we're using, as well as the ingredients that's in there. And when you seek out advanced education from a lot of these more reputable product names, they provide education, and a lot of times it's free education. Some things you have to pay for, but a lot of times it's free education that they provide, that you definitely need to seek out. I'll give an example of knowing the products. There's a product out there called Dazzle Dry. And let me just put this disclaimer out. The products that I name personally are just products that I use. I am not getting paid. I'm not out here to advertise any products. These are just products that I've used and that have been good to me in my business. And so I can only speak on what I've used in my experience with it, not to, but I'm not trying to promote, or I'm not getting paid for saying any of these names. So I just want to put that disclaimer out there. But I know that Dazzle Dry is it's a nail polish. And for those of you who don't know it, you can definitely do your research on it and look it up. But I was managing a nail spa, and they had a number of different polishes from Dazzle Dry. And I know if you have over 30 polishes from Dazzle Dry, they'll do a free education. And so once I saw that they had this and a lot of girls hadn't been educated on it, I called them in to do the education. And one of the girls told me, she said, well, if we already use it, why do we need to have education on it? And my response from her is that anytime a product is offering education, especially free education, you need to take it, whether you use it, for whatever reason you're using it, because you don't know what's in that education that may benefit you. It could be a tweak in the way you're doing your service. It can be, they generally tell you about the ingredients that's in the products. They give you a lot of information about the product itself, in addition to how to apply the product properly and why it's important to use the system in the product. That is very important when you're looking at different products and getting knowledge, is how are you using the system and why is it so important to use the system of that product. So that's one of the things I wanted to share as far as product knowledge in seeking advanced education. What about you, TT?
Well, for me, because I've been licensed manicurist for 30 years, whoop, whoop, thank goodness. There are variables in what we do as licensed practitioners. And we often hear we can't go beyond the scope of our practice. And that a lot of times is mixing products.
Mm-hmm.
So we can create an allergy by mixing products unbeknownst to us, but because it's labeled, this is for nails, this is good, this is that, which is why I personally had to do a corrective course for myself. And so I sought out education based upon the products that I wanted to use, that I had used before but did not use it properly, because I was using one particular system that always used water. And I know you said Dazzle Dry. I'm gonna bring FootLogix in, for example. I've always used that product wrong prior to me taking the course. And I used it wrong based upon, my mind is like, you got to soak the feet in water. You have to soften the skin. You got to soak it for 10 minutes. You have to soak it for 20 minutes. Where did I get that information from when clearly on the label it said 3 to 5 minutes? So why did I decide I want to become a magician? You follow me?
Right.
And a lot of information was coming through Nail Magazine. Remember, a lot of the online courses that we got free this particular season was free in the descriptions in Nails and Nail Pro magazine. And so I will often kick myself in the head now, like, why didn't you just read the instructions? It's like,
makes sense.
Why didn't you read the instructions? And even in reading the instructions, it still wasn't clear. And I say this, let me use this for an example. The callus softener. Plain and simple. It says you don't have to rinse. Well, what do? I rinse. And I rinse. And I rinse. And I rinse and I rinse and I rinse, only to have to say, TT, take the course.
And you know what? You bring up so many important points that fall up under our knowledge, and that is the protocols and being able to troubleshoot through products. If we get the education, we learn the protocols of the products, of our services, and we learn how to troubleshoot through whatever's not happening correctly.
Simple. But let me share this with you, and I know you can relate to this. You have companies that, you know what, I'm not tied to a company right now, so let me just go ahead and put it out there. So C&D has this hotline where you can troubleshoot. This is happening. I remember when they released the product called Vinylux.
Okay. Yeah.
The product that was the only product that you didn't have to use a base coat.
Right. Right.
So if you're seeing with your naked eye that the natural nails are deteriorating, and they're becoming dehydrated, what does that say to you? because they said you don't need a base coat, right?
Right.
You don't need a base coat. Let me tell you how funny that is to me. You said that it don't need a base coat, but my clients' nails are deteriorating in my face. So I decide to use a base coat. And I use Nail Envy, OPI Nail Envy, because I know it works on natural nails. Guess what happens? Did they not pull that off the market? They pulled that off the market because we as nail technicians follow the instructions, but then we bring it back to the company's attention that it's not working. So that the company can be responsible for what is out here. Because the training is you use it without a base coat and it will last for about 5 days. Hence why
it's a long-lasting nail polish.
According to Dazzle Dry, they have a whole system. You need the whole system. Cleanse the nail, clean the nail, cleanse the nail, base the nail twice. Polish the nail, top the nail, and it dries within what?
5 minutes.
5 minutes. But it's a process. But you got to get that training.
Right. And the system. And you have to use the system. And it's a reason why you can't deviate from their system because they made it to work together. And that is so important when you're looking at the protocols for your services, when you're looking at protocols in your salon, when you're trying to troubleshoot. If you are not getting that education, then you don't realize that what you're doing can be harming somebody. And so that is one of the reasons why we seek advanced education, is to get the knowledge about the products that we are using, about the services, how to use them properly, how to be able to troubleshoot through something if something isn't working, and the proper protocols for them. So I'm hoping that everybody is understanding the importance of that part of the continuing education and seeking that knowledge, and understanding that things change as we evolve in this world. Like, I started in the business in 91. You started 30 years ago, like we right about at the same time. Nails back then are not the same as they are now. The products aren't the same. What they're telling us about nail health isn't the same. Everything is changing. So and there's a lot more products out there that's available to people, to nail technicians.
So let me chime in on that one. When we seek the knowledge, it saves time. It saves time. It saves money.
Yes.
When you seek the knowledge. Because if you put the time in on the front end, it saves you dollars and time on the back end, and you will accrue much more wealth that way. And April just made a valid point. She started in 1991. I started straight out of high school in 1989. I was Tammy Taylor up and down. Etch the nail, etch the nail. We just remove the shine. So you just remove the shine. But then I'm etching. I'm like, I'm going with the nail, the way that the nail grows, because that's how I was taught how to do her system. And she had a system, and that was the Tammy Taylor system. The C&D system and everybody else's system today is just remove the shine. But in my mind, I couldn't compute it. When I was changing systems, girl, do you know how many nails I ruined?
Oh, wow.
By not taking the C&D course when I was switching from Tammy Taylor to C&D.
Oh, wow.
I could not. I mean, I was causing onycholitis, lifting of the
nail bed.
I was causing that because I was etching the nail instead of just removing the shine.
Yes, and it's So, and you know what? That brings us to our next the bullet point about personal growth.
There you go.
So, so as we've evolved in this profession, personal growth, we can touch on personal growth as far as expanding our business, our services, and our clientele. Where you were 30 years ago is not where you are today. And that advanced education contributes to your personal growth in your business. That determines in your business which direction you want to go in your business. I know when I started doing nails, I was doing acrylics and fiberglass. It was the nail wraps back then. It was acrylics. We didn't have dip. We didn't have gel polish at that time. So pedicures, acrylics, fiberglass, and nail art. That was my thing. Like, that's what, I did nail art because I will not do nail art today. Like, I just sold off all my nail art stuff. But I've evolved, and even in the area that I am and with the clients that I serve, nail art isn't as important to them. They don't request it, they're not asking for it, and I am happy not to have to do it.
Right.
And so, but that was something that I had to realize within myself when I came back into this industry, when I came back into the area that I'm in. I started in Chicago in my early 20s. I'm now in my later 40s. And so that personal growth for me means that I'm simplifying my business.
Right.
My business is not the same as what it was before. The type of clients that I service aren't the same as before. Right. And the things that I want to provide, the type of care I want to provide to my clients is definitely different than it was 20, 30 years ago. And so seeking that advanced education and knowledge helps you to define where you want your business to go and where it's going. And because we have to create a retirement plan, we can't do this for the rest of our lives. And so at some point we have to take it down a notch, so to speak, and figure out what it is we really want to do to help us still maintain the income that we want to maintain and the clients that we want to serve. It helps us with our services. Our personal growth determines what type of services we'll offer. Like I said, I don't do the artwork anymore. I don't do acrylics anymore. I'm gradually working myself out of doing gel polish at this point. I haven't gotten there yet, but that is one of my goals, to just really do just regular polish in my manicures, because that's all I do is manicures. But the foot care is where I'm specializing in. So I do a lot more services in the foot care than I do with the nails. And so seeking that advanced education is what's really helping me now to define my space in all of this, as well as the clients that I will serve. the people that are, I did a thing on salon hoppers, the ones that are the salon hoppers that just want to go and pretty much all you really doing that's going to be worth anything is getting your toenails polished, because everything else is at the bare minimum anyway. So when I'm looking at my clientele, that's not the clientele that I'm technically looking at. I'm looking at the ones that the salon hoppers who get fungus on their toes or athlete's feet from going to those type of salons. Those are the people that I service pretty much after they've had some type of issue, or if they have a compromised immune system and they're not able to go to those type of salons because they're not sure if the protocols and the products they're using are safe for them. And 9 times out of 10, they don't speak English, so they can't tell you. So that's with our personal growth, that's kind of where it leads us to. What about you?
Well, for me, my personal growth is that I had to hone in my ability to know what my worth is.
Mm-hmm.
Without
Mm-hmm.
the knowledge, I cannot define my worth.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I've been doing nails for 30 years does not mean that I'm worth the amount that I'm charging, because what I recognized for myself was that my skills were declining. And how I knew my skills were declining was I wasn't getting new referrals. I wasn't getting returns. I was getting like the same people, but they were only coming because they were loyal to me and kind of felt sorry for me because I just had this story that I was talking about. So I'm doing the violin. I had this story that I was always talking about. Had nothing to do with this, nothing to do with the service. It had everything to do with why I couldn't, why this and this. So when I started to see continued education, my verbiage began to change. I was able to define my space. In my space, I was able to just articulate what it was I was doing. What I was doing was providing a service for wellness. You know, there are different stages. You know, when I started, I was in my 20s. And so I was doing people in my same age range in their 20s, and then in their 30s, and then in their 40s. Is everything okay?
You froze up for a minute.
Okay, what was the last thing you heard?
But you're back. You were well, you kept going in and out, but you were getting ready to talk about your worth.
Okay. So basically what I'm saying is that I had to redefine my position as a nail professional because I needed to see my income increase, because it was just like stagnant. Like, how are you going to raise your price and your skills haven't changed?
Mm-hmm.
And that's where
right.
I wasn't bringing anything new. I'm raising my price because I'm raising my price. Clients are not stupid. Clients are more informed today. So I had to go increase my knowledge. And so, hello, technology, where are you? Hello.
Okay.
You got it?
Yeah. Okay. You're back.
Okay. So I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on with technology now, but the whole point is my skill set had to match my dollar request.
Right.
And so
right.
I was able to give them something so that they not only challenge my request, but it would enhance them and to have them to return, but return and be happy and talk about it. Talk about their experience. Talk about their improvement.
Right.
Because that is my advertisement. Mm-hmm. That is my clients are my advertisers. Go ahead. Go ahead, Apryl.
raising prices. And I don't know, sometimes on education, so your advanced education, because when I'm working on clients, if I'm working, and I'm just giving them a medical pedicure, that means I'm tapping into experience and education. And to care for you in this manner, that deserves more money. It's just like going to medical school. You go from a nurse to a doctor. Doctors are now nurses get paid more because there are some things that that is the reason I go seek, and to be able to charge more, to be able to educate our clients, and to be able to care for them properly. And that in itself makes a big difference from when you're going to a nail salon where they can barely speak English and understand you, and going to someone who's got an advanced education and they can explain to you the things that they're seeing that's happening with your feet that you didn't even notice because you think that you have perfect feet. So that personal growth and going to learn that information and be able to share it is huge, because like you say, you're raising your prices, but you're not giving them anything more. But not only do you have to get the education, you have to explain that to them. You have to let them know that you have this advanced training, that you're able to talk to them about their feet, that you're able to tell them what's going on, that you're not just giving them a pedicure.
Right.
And so I think that makes a big difference. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Like you said, once you get the advanced information, the knowledge, and you go back to share it with your clients with your skill set, it's not going to happen overnight.
Right.
Mm-hmm. It's not going to, because you got to give yourself time to even understand the technique that you've just gained, and be patient with yourself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you might want to do a soft
absolutely.
A soft increase.
Right.
But the reality is you're going to increase your price. Going to increase your prices.
Right. Exactly. I mean, for me, when I learn a new skill or I'm working a new product, I always use myself as the guinea pig. I learned how to do dip. When I learned how to do dip, I learned on myself. I dipped myself to death. And I let my nails grow out. I dipped till I mastered the French manicure on the dip. Like, I learned that product to realize I don't want to do this. Now, right. I mastered it, and I did it on several people, but I realized that I just didn't want to do that. That just was not the direction I wanted to go in my business. But before again, like I said, before you do that increase, you have to learn that product, that system, those protocols, so that you can properly explain and educate your clients on it.
Because they're your biggest.
Right. Or practice on your clients. Now, I didn't really practice on my clients. I practiced on my mom and my daughter. So when I came to my client, I knew what I was doing.
When we talk about
that, I like to know what I'm doing before I expect somebody to pay me, because my thing is, if I'm going to charge you this much, I'm worth this much, and I want to make sure I give you a good job.
Well, let me tell you what I learned. 2 decades ago.
Uh-huh.
I learned to use the product on the client because products cost money.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I will use one foot. I'm just being honest. I just use one foot for the new product, the other foot for the existing product. And then
Okay.
I would say, let me know the difference. But I would still charge them the money. Now,
Right, right.
and even with my liquid and powder,
Uh-huh.
let me tell you something. I did not practice anything. My clients were my practice people. To the point now that you can't even tell the difference because I've been doing it so much,
So long. Right.
so long that I've mastered how to do it. If I know I don't know how to, if I know that, okay, this particular thing is going to take me a minute, I always bring it to their attention. Now, this is going to take about 2 hours.
Okay, right, exactly.
It's going to take about 2 hours. So I will schedule myself a certain amount of time. And I did that 2 years ago. So now people are accustomed to it. So I just wanted to put that out there because I don't want people to think that, oh, I go take this. Well, I can't tell you how to think. But for me, I take courses now and I give myself time, but I bring it to the client's attention and say, I'm getting ready to take this course. So they look forward to, oh, she about to bring something new. And they already know she going out.
Right.
So.
Exactly.
So go ahead. What's the next?
Yeah, I just always use myself as the guinea pig. So, and that kind of brings us to our last topic as to the reason why we seek an advanced education is to properly care for the clients. If you are not educating yourself in various ways, how can you properly take care of your client? How can you educate them on their home care? How do you know if you're using the proper tools for your clients if they have issues, if you're not even asking them questions to know if they're diabetic, to know what type of tools you should be using on your clients, and the use of the proper products for your clients. I will tell you, I have a certification for Stop the Bleeding. It's like a first aid
so people
class
gonna
that I took.
The course now.
Stop right down here mowing my grass right at my window, and I'm just like, really, right now?
It's okay.
So, and this is not a nail certification by any means, but because I am a professional and I take this seriously and I do work on clients that have health issues. How many times have we nipped somebody and made them bleed? Okay, now some people, you nip them and they bleed, them young folks, they heal in 2 seconds. Well, if you're dealing with clients that have compromised immune systems, diabetics, bad circulation, or on medications,
or blood thinners,
they could literally bleed out or something like that. So it was important to me. I'm part of a healthcare council out here. One of the members, this is what they do. They teach a Stop the Bleeding class. And so I took that class to get that certification just to make sure that if I'm ever in that situation, and not even just with a client in my chair, but if I'm out in public and somebody, breaks some or get hit by a car, I would know what to do if nobody else don't know what to do, right?
Right.
So it wasn't just about being in my chair and if I nipped you and you started bleeding, what to do, but it was just as a professional to be able to understand that process and the things and the techniques that I can use for any situation. But because I deal with clients that have compromised health issues or immune systems, that was just something I felt that I should know. So sometimes it's not all about just seeking education in your particular profession, but outside of your profession that can help you with your profession. That helps me better care for my clients if there for some reason is an issue. There are certain tools that I can use that I have that I can stop the bleeding that I didn't even think about until I took this course. And so when we are talking about properly caring for our clients, oh my God, it's so loud.
Somebody
That's
walked behind me. Sorry.
I know. But that's first of all, when we seek this education, it does not do our clients any justice if we're not sharing this with them. None whatsoever. So if I can sit up here and give you the most amazing pedicure with these amazing products, and I send you out here and I'm not showing you and teaching you what you can do for your home care, or giving you the products, retailing the products to you so you can maintain this, I have not done you any service whatsoever. Like, that is for me as a professional. You know, when you go to the doctor and the doctor tell you you need a pain reliever, they're not just sending you out to the store to go buy it. Sometimes they do, depending on the level, but most of the time they're gonna write you a prescription, right?
Right.
For your home care, or they have something in the office that they can sell you.
Absolutely.
And so it just makes sense that if I'm going to do this amazing job on you, and I want you to maintain this, and I want to help you with your foot health, I have to share the knowledge that I have with you to help you with that.
So I would like to add, a lot of this stuff will be unfamiliar in the beginning, but again, role play before you come in contact with your client. Inform them ahead of time what you are going to do and why you are doing it. And then the home care, how to care for your client, will become very natural effort. Because one of the things, there are a lot of benefits. I tell my clients during this recess that we're in, I've been informing people, do not go on Amazon. Call me. Because here's the thing. I provide home care, but I haven't provided so much home care as I've done now. Because now my clients know that whatever I'm providing for them to take care of their hands and feet at home works, because that's what I use on them when they come to me. And here's the other thing. There are several places where they can go get these products. But is there a consultant there to have a conversation with them? Is there someone there that knows their history? Is that person there that understands the type of work that they do? No. You are the ones. And that's what education provides for us as licensed professionals. We're able to pinpoint what our clients need, what they need, and what they don't need. They need hydration. They need moisture. And they just need comfort. Those things we will provide through the home care. And with our knowledge, that is enough. But if we do not take continued education as the key to keeping the longevity of our licenses throughout any adverse situation, then you will be left in the wind. Because I promise you, those of us that take advanced education are not running around here like pigeons, chickens, or lizards. We are flying high. We are weathering the storm the right way, with assurance that our businesses are standing right now because we have it. We have what it takes to provide the services, even though we're not touching our clients, because we are providing them with home care products and knowledge. And they are going to return, because think about it. Cross your leg right now where you're sitting and try to give yourself a pedicure.
I can't wait to get to my pedicures. It's a shame my feet looking the way they looking, because I just don't want to do it. So I know how the clients feel. I don't want to do it. Like, I don't feel like it. It's just too much. And I'm flexible comfortable enough. I can see the bottom of my feet and I know exactly what to do and I know what to feel for. I just don't want to do it. So just imagine for the people who don't know, they wouldn't even know what they're doing and they still don't want to do it.
Well,
so right. So I think it's so important. And to speak to our class, when we took our oncology class, and when we talk about properly caring for our clients, when I tell you that class for me was overwhelming with emotion, education, and just the whole experience, because we didn't learn just how to give a client, a cancer patient, a pedicure. That was the very last thing we did in that class, was give a client we learned so much about the dynamics of cancer, how it affects the treatments that they go through, and how those treatments affect their skin. Like, we learned so much there. And then there was the emotional aspect of it. I think one day everybody cried. Some point, everybody cried during that class for whatever reason.
I'm going to say this. I concur with Apryl. That class taught me how to really connect. So if anything, you gain, it's part of your network. It's part of your network. Your network is your net worth. I gained a friend. I gained friends from that class. I've gained friends from all of my classes. I'm meaning people that I can connect with, people that I can call on to troubleshoot, people that I can get references, people that I can just say, hey, I got a client, this, that, and the third. We're creative and we're connecting. We'll always be wealthy by the connections we make through these continued education classes. And like she said, it was so emotional that we're stuck like glue, for real, for real. We are stuck like glue together.
And but not only that, we learned about a whole nother product that was specifically designed for cancer patients, because it's so many different ingredients that they should not be exposed to, things that their doctors aren't telling them, because that doctor wants to treat that cancer. He don't care what your toes and nails look like.
Right.
So, to find out that when some patients go through their radiation and their skin is burned, the doctor isn't there for that. So he has no clue that their skin, girl, we could go on about this.
I just literally went. But we are running out of time, because we specifically said 30 minutes. And so that you guys know, this is Apryl and I'm Titilayo, and we wanted to share this, and we just wanted to just be an example of what it looks like, what it sounds like, what it feels like when you continue to take advanced education and to just connect with other licensed professionals.
And to know that the more you seek advanced education, that is the key to the success of your business.
Yes.
So because we've learned so much, not only just about doing nails, but about the sanitation, about the different products and things, we're sitting here twiddling our thumbs, waiting on the world to open back up, because our clients are needing us. We're essential to them because of the advanced training and the products and the service that we provide. We are essential to them. And so we didn't need to make a whole lot of adjustments in our business according to the world, because we were already treating our business as if we were treating viruses and hepatitis and HIV. We were already doing all of that.
Woo! We don't treat anything.
We don't treat anything. But we were treating our business. Yeah, we're treating our business as if we were already in that environment. So we didn't have to make a lot of changes. And then we have people calling us because they don't have a connection with their nail tech, and now they don't know how to take off they enhancements, or they don't know how to do this. So now they're trying to find somebody that can help them because they don't have a relationship with somebody that they can call on. And when you have this much education and training behind you, your clients are loyal to you. They look to you. They meet you. And that's the difference when you're advanced education. And that puts you in a place that you don't have to worry about your business. You don't have to worry about your business.
Educate. Knowledge is your insurance to assure that you are all. Listen. Anytime a tornado hits a state, do they not rebuild? Because why? We have architects ready and available to rebuild those streets. So rebuild
exactly
with your knowledge. Rebuild your business with your knowledge. So.
Knowledge. Exactly. That's what we have in addition to who we are and the service that we provide. But our knowledge is what's going to sustain our business.
Yes.
And being able, like the one thing they say about if a millionaire goes broke, they can always become a millionaire again because they have the knowledge of what they've done in the past to be able to rebuild. So if you never get the knowledge and you get into a situation, you don't know how to rebuild it.
That's right. Because I refuse to buy into fear.
Exactly.
I refuse. Listen, I see this every day and I'm like, where's my water?
Right. We are right. We're going to be all right. So we just want to thank everybody for tuning in. Like, comment, share. We'll see the comments. If you're catching this on the replay, definitely reach out to us. I am Apryl Moore, medical nail tech, oncology trained at FreshSteps Medical Foot and Nail Spa. You can reach me on my page, my website, inbox me, call me. TT, your information again.
I am Titilayo Bankole, the global manicurist and owner of Nail It Forward, educator for accents. So seek me out, guys. I'm here for you.
Yes, definitely. If you have any, seek us both out. If you have any questions about any of the programs or different types of advanced education, I would definitely say start with the products that you're using and find out if those companies provide education so that one, you're using those tools properly, the products properly on your clients. And from there, follow us and see what we're doing. And just to find out, because we learn a lot from each other. Yes. We learn a lot from each other and following other nail techs that have been in the business for years. Mm-hmm. Hey, Sarah was in our oncology class. So if you heard about that, I think she can agree with us that, we had, that class was an experience.
We are forever bonded because of that class.
Yes, forever bonded because of that class. And we learn from each other. And Kay Davis says, thank you. I want to become a medical nail tech. Kay, there are two companies that you can research, MediNails and Nail Care Career Academy. Both of them offer medical nail tech programs. You can research both of them and see which one is the best fit for you.
Right.
Both to become a medical nail tech, I will tell you, both of them require that you go through an internship under a podiatrist. So you might want to start looking at that as well, because both of them have that requirement to become a medical nail tech.
They can have that.
Any other questions?
I love y'all. Any questions?
Yes. And this information really pertains to anyone in the beauty industry or any industry, when you are seeking advanced education, it is what is going to be the key to the success of your business. That's why we're able to sustain. We're not worried about being off 2 or 3 months. We're more concerned that our clients are freaking out.
Yes, exactly. Because we are the calm during the storm. You know, they
Exactly.
share everything with us, and so we can share knowledge, which will give them peace, and they'll trust us.
Yes, and then we have the products to make sure that they have at home. They're coming to get them. It's like, oh, I need that, as long as so that they can maintain it. And of course, they can't do it like we do it, so they're still coming back. But for them to have something to help along the way, they definitely appreciate that.
I'm gonna give you guys something free. One of the things when I took the infection control class in March, in March with the North American School of Podology, one of the things that stuck in my head was the biofilm. And I was like, what? I said, oh no. No client of mine is going to have biofilm. Thank God that I clean and I disinfect and I sterilize. However, the clients that go to these places that charge less than the amount that I charge and they get people in and out, they have biofilm. Yes, because they don't take the time to clean, disinfect,
sterilize like they should.
Sterilize their bowls. They don't. Well, you can't sterilize a bowl. You can disinfect it, but they don't do it, and that's why they have like the what is it, onycholitis, the foot toe fungus and athlete's feet, because they're going
toenail fungus, athlete's
right behind each other. So the good example that I give people is this. They say, what is biofilm? I said, when you wake up in the morning and you got that film on your teeth before you brush your teeth, that's biofilm. Right. That's bacteria. And that's what's in the pipe.
Yes.
And the pedicure systems and the pipes that do not disinfect. So give them that example. That's a free one for you guys. And I promise you, woo-wee, you will have...
They'll think about going back.
Oh yeah. And then you got to give them home care product to get rid of the film off their toes anyways.
Right, exactly. So with that, we just thank you all for joining us. We hope that you were able to get something out of this.